Hello, this is Ashton with Farmer's Daughter. I'm back on the farm and today we're going to be doing a farm tour. I can't wait to show y'all guys around and just see how we do things here, show you our chickens, our newest addition which is our pigs, and just hopefully y'all enjoy it. So to begin the farm tour, I'm going to take you to the smallest garden we have. It's the one that primarily feeds our family, and yep, so... Okay, so as you can see, we had to fence it off because before we put our chickens up, they like to come in and eat all our crops. And you know, that's not fun. Especially when you're not getting anything to eat and when this is our primary source of food during the fall and stuff. Okay, so there we have some blackberries, which we've been picking, so they've already started to ripe. There's not that many right now. We've been keeping up the giant muscadine vine that's kind of taking over that corner. Here we have some cucumbers and some broccoli, which we haven't got any yet. It's not very big at the moment. Here's some Brussels sprouts. I love me some roasted Brussels sprouts. And then we have some peppers, which the Brussels sprouts kind of have taken over. And some tomatoes. And then all this is like squash and zucchini. And that's primarily what we eat throughout the summer and the fall and a little bit into winter. This feeds easily over 6 people. But this is our little garden. Okay, next I'll show you the blueberry patch. Okay, so I'm up at the blueberry patch. We have been getting a pretty decent amount, but the peak of harvest is towards the end of June and the beginning of August. And July can get pretty bad too, but August is where most of it comes from. So, okay. Here is our blueberries. We have blueberries from last year. We freeze them to keep up with them because we get so many. As you can see, but some of them are beginning to turn blue. We harvested some yesterday. We almost filled up a Tupperware container full of them. This is another way that we just get crops off of our farm. The squirrels also like to eat them too, and we pretty much got to keep up and run off the squirrels. And let's see, I'll show you the elderberries. Elderberries are really popular around here. People really like the elderberry syrup. And so, okay, here they are. And they've got pretty big this year. They're usually a lot smaller than this. And we have to prune them and then we replant them to keep up with them. Yeah, the camera's decided not to autofocus again. But here's our elderberries. And of course, they haven't got any yet. The flowers are beginning to bloom. Oh, that was bright. And there we have our more blueberries. Okay, next I'm going to show you our quails, pheasants, and chickens. We did recently harvest some quail, so this one is empty. There's nothing in here right now. And it's pretty hot out here, so I'm gonna take y'all inside just so you can see what our quail and pheasant guinea hoop houses look like. Because we do keep quite a lot in here. We keep fans in here to cool them up, to cool it off in here, because it can get pretty hot. Of course, we have our shade cloth up here to keep it shady, keep it a little bit cooler. And then we have a watering system. It's an automatic drip watering system. They use these little nipples to drink. Okay, I'm going to show you the next one. There are also screens on the front and the back for vents. Okay, here's our next one. And they're running away, I've scared them. These are our quail. We also have locks on the inside, so if we are in here, they can't get out. Okay. Looks like we have some chickens in here too. Here's our clover. They're going crazy. I'm scaring them off. Oh well. Okay. Now we're going into hoop house number 3. So we have some older birds in here. These are pheasants. We moved the guineas back down with the chickens just the other day. They were up here. But once they get too big, they need more. That one's on top of the fan. But these are our pheasants. They're kind of cute, but they're kind of crazy. I'm gonna catch one of them so y'all can get a closer look. It took a while, but I finally caught one. These are pretty fast and they can fly, so you will have to be careful of that. But they are quite pretty. Okay, so I've walked down to the barn and now I'm going to show you where we keep our older quail and our chickens and guineas. We have to keep them separate due to the fact that they are bigger than the little ones and they need more room. The quail, of course, these are our main egg layers, so they are kept in tower-like pens. So, yep, okay. And so, here are our quail. These are the older ones. And this is the other side. Feeders are connected, and they also have a automatic watering system. It's just easier for us when they have a lot more feed and automatic watering systems. It just lets us be able to leave them alone longer if we have to go out somewhere and we don't have to constantly keep feeding them. And now I'll show you the chickens. Okay, so now I'm in the barn and I'm gonna just show you where we keep our chickens and We have a chicken coop that is connected to our barn, so that's where we keep them. We also keep the guineas in here. They may be out at the moment. We tend to let them out on the weekends just so they can get some type of freedom. Okay, so this is our chicken coop. Here's our chickens. We have silver laced Wyandottes, Barbrocks, Cuckoo Morans, speckled Sussex, and Easter Egger and Olive Eggers. I'm just gonna come in here and close the door. Okay. And there are our guineas. That's our nest boxes where the chickens lay. And this is a feeder. It holds, I think we usually put about 50 pounds in it. Here are our brooders where our youngest chicks and stuff go in. I think right now we have quail in here again. We have a lot of quail. There's a rooster. They also come out to this little outside area, which it's muddy. We just cleaned it out the other day, so it is pretty muddy out here. But yeah, this is our chicken coop. So in addition to the pigs, we also recently got rabbits again. We had them in the past, but we decided to get more. So I'll show you our rabbits. We just recently got some silver foxes. You can hear the rooster in the background. So these are our silver fox rabbits. The camera will focus. But we have 4 of them. We also have other types of rabbits, and I'll show you them too. Here's our other rabbits. It's a little bit darker back here. I do not remember what these ones are, but these are our other rabbits. And these contraptions are their feeders. And they also have automatic waters. And the water's all tied into the barn. You can get a clear view. It's kind of sunny up there, but yeah. Okay, so I will take you to the pigs, and I'm going to show you our biggest garden, our production garden. And I'll see you. Okay, so now I'm up here at the pigs. I had to take a small walk up here. They're a little bit further away from our house than everything else is. So here's our pigs. We call them Rooter, Pooter, and Scooter. Hey! And the other one's just sitting over there. How are y'all? Okay. That is the little house they stay in. This is their pen. It's made out of cattle wire.
Me and Hunter come up here to check the fast food. Just got done making them a new feeder. Just out of junk wood I had laying around, just scraps and stuff. Tilted bottom. Especially before I put the feed in there, it's about a 4-inch gap. And just some junk. Front's tilted just a little bit. Give them enough for them to get in there and eat. Had a piece of scrap gutter left over from the quail house to keep the water from running in there. So it'll hold about 200 pounds. Should last them about 4 days or so. All right, we're gonna get it filled up before it rains. Put the camper shell in there just in case they're not smart enough to make their way into the old pig house. Come up and shoot. Spot right there to lay. No solar light. Couple batteries. Got an inverter and a 120 volt light if we need it. No Harbor Freight solar kit. Very opinionated. Don't eat the old chalk bottle. Their ears look ridiculous. Nope. 2 nipples, 3 pigs. Runs to that bucket right there. It's got nothing but a toilet. Actually, it's not a toilet fill valve. I'll get over there real quick. I had it hooked straight to the well, but we got a booster pump on the well. Got to push water all the way up here on the heel. It was too much pressure for the nipples. So, got the water coming in the top. Little cheap float valve. And it's just, you can't see it, but it's just tapped in the bottom. Anyway, it's a low enough pressure it works for them. It's the old pig house, built when I was a teenager. My daddy and my brother. And that water line runs on up there to that IBC tank that has the same valve in it, just in case we need water, which we definitely have not needed to do lately. And there's the big garden.
Okay, and now I'm going to show you what we consider the production garden. It has it's the biggest amount of crops we get. And we haven't got anything yet, and I'm just gonna turn this camera around. So the way this garden works is, because it's pretty long, it works off a drip irrigation system. This is the main reservoir, and then this pipe connects to all the tape, which waters all the crops. Okay. So here we have some watermelons and cantaloupes. And of course we have to weed this. If you don't keep up with it, then it's basically a lost cause. Here's some more. This is probably okra or some type of bean. And then we have some peppers. And of course we have, I'm just gonna step over this bed. Of course we have more squash and stuff up here too. As you can see, the blooms are starting to form. And there is a tiny squash growing on this one, right in the center and towards the bottom. And then right there, which you may consider weeds, this is Jerusalem artichoke. And it goes all along the power line. It goes a little bit up that way too. Here's our bigger squash plants. This is zucchini. Okay. But yeah, this is our biggest garden. Okay, so I'm gonna head back down to the house and I'll see you there. Thank you for joining me on the tour of our farm. I hope y'all enjoyed it and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos like this and just to get to experience the farm life. See you next time. What's up?
Are you videoing right here?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Thank y'all for joining me on the tour.